Hola. Well. Welcome in. How we doing? How's everybody's Sunday? Look at me using the new transition. I tried to set it up so that it only happens, when I come off of the intro. It's really hard to OBS is fucking weird. Anyways, okay. I figured it out a little bit, kind of. Let me say hello. Oh, I can't fuck it. Wait, hold on. Ties and Wine coming in with the first. Sen, welcome in. Salty Squid, welcome in. Grams are dropping like flies. Parse, welcome in. Deez, how's your Sunday? Kuya Stupa. Thorns, welcome in. Oh, interesting. Hold on. There you go. I was saying hello to everybody. Hey, Angry Moose on the Loose, welcome in. Hell is burning brighter. Look, okay? It makes sense to me that, like, you know how long we've had this fucking heat wave for? Like, that's not normal, you know? Like, you're gonna see some casualties. You're gonna see some, collateral damage, you know? You should mod me so you have a mod in chat. You have heat waves? We do. Ow! Female Unix, thank you for the tier 1 sub. 35 months, holy shit. Woo! Welcome in, welcome in. So obviously we have some news. I was up at like 4 AM last night. Whenever Mr. Beans is not here, like, my sense of time goes out the fucking window because there's not another person who, like, will do the thing where it's like, oh, we should go to bed, you know? Do we? I did see that Graham dropped out. Yeah, Graham dropped out. DJ hours? Yeah. Common DJ hours. Yeah, fair enough. He dropped out of life. Hey yo, let's go! Let's go! Didn't he drop out on Friday? Who, Grant? Were you in Ukraine on July 10th in a Zelensky cosplay? So, show hog time since DGen hours? No. No. Nice try though, Eon. Welcome in. But yeah, I mean, I was up at like 3. I think it was like 3 something. And like at some point I looked at my phone and I was like Lindsey Graham is dead, and I was like, oh, finally, like, he kicked the bucket, and I was like, hold on a second, wait, that's not Mitch McConnell. Hold on, wait, what? What? Huh? Okay, what? Hey, Yamato, welcome in. I like to think Zelensky will have the JD effect on old people, except just conservative politicians. Wait. Zelensky. Wait. Oh, yeah. Maybe. I think you'd have to establish a pattern. You know what I mean? Last Sunday, I worked from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. the next day. No idea why I did. What the fuck? Did you collapse when you got home? That's crazy. The longer they hide Mitch from the Reaper, the more Republican senators will be. Somebody needs to make the Somebody needs to make that meme. You know the meme of the You know that meme of like the Grim Reaper knocking on doors? I miss that sometimes. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this. No. 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 No, dog. No. When I'd head shop during the summer, I'd come in 10 p.m. and work till midday. Jesus. Please, I need to save that. Yeah, it's in chat. It's in chat, but I will... I'm assuming it's already posted in memes? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on a second. We've already got... female eunuchs. Hold on. Oh god, this is great. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Female eunuchs. Coming in fucking clutch. Let's go. This is good. This one's good. The only like, okay, I guess like, are we considering Graham alive or dead? Sorry, not Graham. McConnell. Are we considering him alive or dead? Because, like, I know he's like brain dead. Right? But is he, like... We don't actually have, like, an update from him, right? He will never wake up? Well, yeah. But I think my point is that, like, so far we have not gotten any confirmation either way that he is, like, brain dead, right? Like, it's been radio silence from them, correct? He's never coming back to a state of being alive in what everyone would consider living. Yeah. I guess my question is that, like, because that's something that, like, that's something that we are assessing, right? That's not something that's been confirmed by, like, his team or his office or whatever the fuck else, right? That's what I'm trying to ascertain. Because I know that they're, like, probably in denial or they're probably trying to keep it quiet. I know that Andy Bashir basically reached out and was like, hey, what's going on? Hello? This is unfair. Hello? Can we get an update? They put out a statement today, I think. Ooh, do you have a link, Eon? If not, I can probably look it up. Okay, hold on. That scared the shit out of me, bro. No. Okay, no! Get out of here with your fucking vocals! Oh, okay. Let's take a look. Okay. What? What? Senator Mitch McConnell breaks silence. Mild pneumonia developed after fall. Mild pneumonia. Wait, what? He's he has put out a statement? Wait, like, was this televised? Hello? Hold on. Mitch McConnell said Sunday that a fall led to his hospitalization, marking his first public explanation of his condition after weeks of speculation about the Kentucky Republicans' health. McConnell, 84, said in a statement that he has undergone a battery of tests. Wait a second. Wait, what the fuck? Ain't no mild pneumonia at 84? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Here. Lindsey Graham in hell trying to get Ronald Reagan's attention. Oh, stop! Okay, fuck this. How do you do the thing? How do you do the thing where it's like, is it like X cancel or something?
Daddy, watch me twirl. Daddy!
No! 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 Ain't no walking way. Oh, no! Okay. So, obviously keep the memes coming. Okay? You know, post them in the Discord if you haven't already. Because these are great. I've had pneumonia 3 times, twice in childhood, once in my teens, hospitalized me twice. Here's the thing though, is like, okay, now I'm concerned, okay? I was gonna talk about Lindsey Graham first, but like, holy shit, okay, wait. Can't stick around, still out with the boys, but have a good stream. Oh, well, enjoy your time out, Testy. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, let's take a look. Says he didn't have heart attack. This is TMZ, okay? Is this his wife? She looks so fucking young, bro. What the hell? Okay. In the release, McConnell says, surviving childhood polio. God, he's so fucking old, bro. He had polio? Bro. Meant spending my entire life with mobility challenges. They haven't exactly gotten easier to manage with age, and last month I took a fall which landed me in the hospital. My doctors have confirmed that I didn't break any bones or suffer a concussion. I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke. I don't have any tumors or hemorrhages, but I was briefly unconscious and taken to the hospital. While receiving excellent care over the past... The audacity to say that he's receiving excellent care, bro. Over the past several weeks, I've also had to deal with a mild case of pneumonia. Wait, when is this? We need to send Zelensky to Kentucky. He says he can't yet return to the Senate floor on the advice of his doctors. Blah, 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 blah. The press release also includes the statement from the Office of the Attending Physician, which backs up McConnell's version of events. I like how they're phrasing it, like, you know, like, I like how they're phrasing it, like this is some, like, like, I'm assuming, you know what I mean? Like, they're phrasing it like this is a he said, she said, you know? Like, this backs up, like, McConnell's version of events. Okay, so he's not dead? What? Huh? Several conspiracy theorists, including former House of Representatives member Marjorie Taylor Greene, claimed he was worse off than his team would admit, and MTG even referred to Elaine as a communist spy. Where is he? McConnell very much said these things he truly has. I don't know, bro. This is, You know what, though? This came out today? Okay, hold on. This needs to stop. Wait, this came out today? This came out today? Like, why today? They only have to make it till August 1st. Is that when it's like, it's too late to do like a special election? That's the deadline, right? Okay, what is this? Lindsey Graham at Mitch's funeral. Okay.
No!
No. No. Oh no. No. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. Oh my god. Those are real words a human man had spoken. Then the seat will remain open till the midterms. Yeah. Andy Bashir was making calls for him to make a statement. Well, I did know that. I did know that he had made 2 calls, like recently, like maybe yesterday, or the day before. He had made like a second call. A statement has to be seeing McConnell. The problem is that if you've basically got a doctor's note, then it becomes harder to hide it later on. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me though. Okay, wait, this one's good. This one's good. Uno Reverso. Palliative Rehabilitation Center. Wait, I thought I had a cat here. Never mind. I just don't, like... I mean, okay, it does sound like Mitch is alive, though, right? Like, where would they otherwise... Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think anymore. Hydrate? Okay. Alright, I will also get a kitty. By the way, we got the microchip feeder. And I need to like configure it so that it works with Hermes' chip. But in the meantime, like, he got trained, like, I was able to train him to, like, eat out of it within minutes, bro. He's so fucking smart. Like, he had no issues whatsoever with the weird, like, you know, opening. You have no reason to think he's alive until you've seen him on camera. To be fair, you don't need to form a solid opinion on it. No, see, this is why I'm curious. Okay, well, this is why I want to know, is because every day that goes by without like a solid answer either way, in my mind, it's like, okay, they are not saying anything. Like, even though you can really try to, like, you can try to be like, okay, you know, it could go either way. Your brain is still getting ready for him to be dead. You know what I mean? And, like, your brain, like, we're being cat on the roof right now. Like, we're being boiled alive. Not boiled, okay, it's not exactly boiled alive. It is cat on the roofing. But basically, like, our brain is getting ready for the eventuality that he's gonna be dead. And so if we actually get, like, proof of life, I'd like to know that now so that we, or if we're getting potential proof of life, I'd like to know that now so that I can stop being hopeful. That's only if you can't control your brain. Okay, hold on a second. Sen, do you understand how brains work? Like, do you understand how brains work? You know you can't control every aspect of your brain, right? Like, you literally can't control every aspect of your brain. Like, if I told you that you are suddenly aware that your tongue is in your mouth and that you are now manually breathing. You know, there are, like, statistically speaking, some people who will, even if they don't want to be aware of those things, they are now aware of those things. Speak for yourself, being skill issue? Nah, dog, you're mad coping. But yeah, no, I just don't want people to, like, I just don't want to be, like, led into thinking that, you know, like, a really, like, odious and, like, damaging part of our democracy is, like, still potentially alive. You can just decide to be a fence-sitter until you get to my info. Yeah, but again, that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, if it's like it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, she can still win. Yeah, we need to get more we need to get more data. No, at some point, you know, she's not winning. Like, at some point it's like, okay, yeah, we can get more information, but I'm gonna go ahead and start preparing for the possibility that she will lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, I need to start preparing for a possibility of he actually might be alive. You know what I mean? And actually, you know, like, this actually kind of goes to show you just how fucking resilient old people can be, especially if they are hanging on, like, out of sheer spite. You know? He might be alive, but well, I sincerely doubt it. Yeah, I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I'm sure he's not well. I'm absolutely sure he's not well. The thing is that if he is still alive and coherent enough to stand and, like, they were wheeling him out when he literally had a fucking, like, he was having a fucking stroke on stream, dude. Not on stream, I said stream. I am brain broke. Like, look, like, remember, anyone else remember this?
Path to finishing the NDA this week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Hey, 2-bit dork. This is such a fever dream, dude. Petite Mal? Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? I'm sorry, you all. Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Listen. Okay, listen. They were wheeling him out when he was like this. I guarantee you, they will continue to wheel him out if he can stand in front of a crowd and not shit his pants, okay? So, forgive me if I, like, don't take it, like, yes, he's not well, but just, I don't want to, I want to know for sure. Anyway. Only the good die young? Bro. Okay, but we do have a confirmed death though. So hold on, let me get that link. So, you know, while we still are waiting on information from good old Mitch McConnell. Let's talk about the person who did actually die. And that's our very own Senator Lindsey Graham. Parses Walrus blocking his face right away. So we're gonna go through. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I do want to look at specifically like just like what we know so far. Let me pick. Let me just do. I'll just do CNN. Actually, I'll do CNN, and then we'll take a look at. Oh, well, actually, let's do NPR. Oh, no, wait, hold on. That's not the right one. Alright, what do we know? Rip Bozo? Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I for the first time ever, I wished that I was like a smoker or like some kind of vapor or something. So that I could do the thing where I take like a big fat, like... like I take a big fat rip, you know? Literally do the fucking, the meme thing, you know? And I was like... I was like, I went as far as to think, like, does Mr. Beans have any, like, vapes in the house? And then I was like, okay, no, that's silly. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sure somebody else will, though. Okay. All right. Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, Trump ally and foreign policy hawk, dies at 71. Which is actually kind of young, if I'm not lying. Like, what is 71? Like, what year is that? Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, that's 1955. Okay. 1950. Okay, he's only like, yeah, I mean, look, he's only 2 years older than my dad. That's crazy. Like, 71's kind of, I guess, like, the average age of American men is like 70 or something. Foreign policy hawk. Translation: wanted to kill large numbers of people in countries the U.S. deems to be adversarial. Yep. And babies' hearts. Okay, so Senator Lindsey Graham died late Saturday night following a brief and sudden illness, according to a statement released by his office. He was 71. Now, I have seen this brief and sudden illness part, which is very suspicious, I'm not gonna lie. Preliminary findings from the District of Columbia medical examiner showed the cause of death as aortic dissection due to a type of heart disease, Graham's office shared on Sunday. What? An adaptable and sometimes controversial deal maker, Graham was the last surviving member of an influential group of Senate defense hawks. During his near quarter century in the Senate, Graham was also instrumental in enacting President Trump's policy and staffing priorities, after first starting out as a fierce Trump critic. Brief and sudden illness can be a bullet or a knife. Well, you know, the thing is that something to consider is that, like, and you know, maybe we'll read more, or maybe more will come out, but like the trip to Kyiv is like I'm not saying foul play or anything, but like I don't know, man. I'm thinking of like I don't know why I'm thinking of like, you know, like like the way that Putin deals with people, you know, with like fucking radiation on the doorknob and shit. Maybe it's just me. Okay, also I'm also gonna find the let me where's the here we go. Okay, I have the I pulled up a thing. I want to pull up this afterwards. Okay, all right. So Trump shared, oh fuck, okay, scary. Trump shared a remembrance on his Truth Social platform. Senator Lindsey Graham, one of the greatest people and senators I have ever known, is dead! Exclamation mark. Okay. He was always working and was a true American patriot. Trump asked that US flags be lowered to half-staff until the evening of 6 p.m. ET in memory of Graham. And you know what's funny is that, I need to see if there's a video of this. But somebody in the Reddit thread said that like they were watching the news in like DC this morning, and they just said local news live in DC this morning, and they go, here's a live shot of the White House with the flags at half staff for Senator Lindsey Graham, and all the flags were totally like normal. I wonder like if there's a clip of that somewhere. I want to see it, you know. Because that'd be hilarious. Graham's death comes at a difficult moment for the Senate Republican Conference, which has struggled with a narrow majority that includes a handful of outgoing members who occasionally break ranks to oppose the president. Senate Majority Leader John Thune called Graham a strong advocate for the United States and a strong ally to freedom-loving countries across the globe. Jesus Christ, Bo. Lindsey fought passionately for the Palmetto State. He was a trusted advisor and colleague to me and many others, and numerous presidents and heads of state have relied on his counsel. It is so funny, bro. Like, bro, do not get this Palmetto State out of your fucking mouth. Lindsey Graham, it's so funny. It's so funny because, like, Lindsey Graham, even amongst Republicans who live in South Carolina, like, even they know that Lindsey doesn't do jack shit for the Palmetto State. Nice Grax shirt, by the way. Thank you, female. I figured, okay, I know I wore this, like, on, like, when for the 4th of July, but I was like, I feel like it's appropriate to wear today, too, you know? Senator Mitch McConnell, a Kentucky Republican, has missed votes during an apparently ongoing hospitalization for an undisclosed health issue, further narrowing the margins for Thune to pass legislation and confirm executive and judicial branch nominees. So, this is apparently one of the effects of this is that, as I understand it, him dying actually pushes back, like, we get a little bit of a reprieve. If I'm understanding correctly, you know, if there were to be any strategic resignations of any Supreme Court justices, then again, as if I'm understanding correctly, that will probably get pushed back until they can figure out a replacement for him, right? Because they wouldn't want it to be where like a nominee doesn't get voted in because Graham is not here. Legislative legacy. So we'll actually let me, instead of doing this, because I don't I think we might go through the other link for that one. And never will be again. Oh, bro. No. No. Israel has lost one of its greatest friends. America has lost a great patriot. I have lost a beloved friend. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said in a statement posted to X, ain't no fucking way, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You will not catch me dead getting a death statement from Bibi. Okay, that news. No! 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 Ain't no way, bro! But for real though. Okay, actually, hold on. Let's go through hold on. That's a good one. That is a good one. That's a good one. Okay, where is the oh. I mean, I think that seems to be all of the details that we have. I kind of just wanted to know, like, was that literally it? Like, that's all we knew? That's all we know about the fucking about his death is just that, like, that, you know, like sudden illness? Is that literally fucking it? Let me see. Let me just very quickly pull up the New York Times and see if that's we got anything from there. Brief and subtle illness. Mr. Graham had been scheduled to appear on NBC's Meet the Press on Sunday after a recent trip to Ukraine. Mr. Graham's office did not immediately respond to an inquiry on the cause of death. Well, but then I guess we did get that information, right? Afterwards? Last month, he won the South Carolina Republican primary in a bid to serve a 5th term in the Senate, fending off 5 challengers. So he did win the nomination. He was going to be he is the nominee, or he was rather the nominee for the midterms this year. And now he's not. So I don't actually know what that means. I'm assuming that is it like with Graham Plattner, where now they can put forward a nominee? Like, is it exactly like Graham Plattner? Does anybody else know? Bro, what the hell? Like, what is going on? Why Trump, like, why does he sound excited about this shit, bro? Like, Lindsay will be greatly missed! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Oh, here we go, look. Governor Henry McMaster of South Carolina, a Republican, can immediately appoint a temporary replacement to fill Mr. Graham's Senate seat. According to South Carolina law, an election for a full-term successor would be held in November. But who would be the... Okay, but that would be, like, the temporary replacement. What about the... What about, like, who would be the nominees? They're gonna do a fast new vote by July 28th. Okay, I think that's it. That's it from the New York Times. Here, let's close out some of these. And I did want to very quickly look at the actually, well, we'll go through it as we're going through this. because I have some comments that specifically Lindsey Graham has made about Donald Trump, and so okay. Anyways, so we're not gonna go through all of this. We're just gonna go through like some highlights, okay? Blah de blah de blah. He was 71. Early life and military career. Let's see here. He went into the Air Force. He was in Germany. Came back to South Carolina. Returned to active duty during the Persian Gulf War. Bro, that was when I was born, dude. He's so fucking old. So he was in the South Carolina House of Representatives, and then ran for and was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives. Graham's time in the House and Senate showed him to be a moderate Republican, although he declared himself to be a Reagan-style conservative. Look at me, Daddy! Look at me! Look at me too. Yeah, that parse. We did briefly go over that. We looked at the picture of him in the hospital with his wife, right? Pulmonary heart failure, aka heart attack. Apparently not too unusual to be quick and apparently healthy people his age. So it's not sus at all if you ask me. I guess my skepticism is just like, I guess that does make sense, but I don't know. This timing is, I guess it's just like coincidental timing, you know what I mean? He often advocated military intervention abroad and strongly opposed budget cuts aimed at defense spending. He also opposed the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act and associated healthcare reform legislation championed by the president administration of Barack Obama. Although Graham typically voted with his party's leadership, he gained a reputation for bipartisanship and a willingness to compromise, and he brokered the Republicans on several points. Notably, he became a proponent of increased legal immigration and a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. In June 2015, Graham announced that he was entering the U.S. presidential election race of 2016. However, he garnered little support. Low poll numbers led to his exclusion from the main Republican debates. Oh! I didn't know that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I remembered. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I'll be honest, like, at this time, I was not really paying it. I mean, I'd barely gotten, like, I was barely naturalized. You know what I mean? I was not paying attention to politics at this point. He later was critical of the party's eventual nominee, Donald Trump, who ultimately won the general election. After Trump took office in 2017, however, Graham became one of his most vocal supporters, and he moved farther right on various issues. He sat in the cuck... He's sitting in the cuck chair, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. He moved farther right on various issues. In 2019, Graham became head of the Senate Judiciary Committee, overseeing the confirmation of numerous conservative judges, perhaps most notably and controversially, Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett. Just 8 days before the 2020 election. So yeah, this is Graham is Graham is on like my personal shit list for a number of reasons. Not least of all, like this like flip-floppy shit. Okay. We are gonna briefly like bring this up. Let me see if I can get this permanent link, copy link, and will it load? It should load. Okay. These are apparently comments that he made about Trump, okay? The Republican Party is at a tipping point here. We're going down one of two roads. The Trump road is the destruction of conservatism. You know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. Okay, that's actually funny that he's called him religious. But, you know, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's ill-prepared to be commander-in-chief. He doesn't know what he's talking about in terms of how our laws work. He says the worst things possible about immigrants and women. And he's a complete idiot when it comes to Mid-East policy, bro. That's actually... This is such an aware moment. Like, if only he knew how fucking right he was. Like, he doesn't know jack shit about the Middle East. He said Donald Trump was the end of conservatism because Lindsay was personally ready to end it. Yeah, but this was before... I think this was before he, like, threw in his support, right? Oh, wow, are these Lindsay quotes I just got here? Yeah, Orange Shoe. These are Lindsey Graham quotes prior to when he turned into a Trump glucker, you know? Name one sports team, university, publicly held company that would accept a person like this as their standard bearer. If we do not reject this way of thinking clearly, without any ambiguity, we will have lost our way. If we don't reject it, we've lost the moral authority, in my view, to govern this country. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, it's funny because this is like, I feel like when they talk about when they talk about, like, you know, being bipartisan and stuff, like, and you know how, like, I've talked before about, like, seeing glimpses of what, like, the Republican Party, like, could be like or was like before MAGA. Like, I don't really know the Republican Party before MAGA. You know, I know that there are some lines that are that have been laid down from, like, since ages ago, since, like, basically, like, Nixon's time. Like, I know that there are some lines that are always that essentially would always have been destructive, right? Like, for example, like, this idea of, like, kneecapping federal agencies to then, like, like, basically propose a solution of privatization, you know? Like, I know that's been something that's been worked on for a while, since way before MAGA, right? Like, MAGA's just like the final nail in the coffin, like the final straw, right? With Doge. But, hold on. I'm not feeling that, that's, you know, jazzy, okay? No, the music was perfect? Okay, alright, fine. For the subject? Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so... but yeah, like, my point, back to my point, right? The thing is, I think, like, I personally don't want to give him this, really. But when you see, like, and especially maybe if I pulled up, like, a history of, like, how he's voted, and specifically how it's changed after he turned into, like, a Trump glucker, you know? Like, I do feel like Republicans had more of a bipartisanship attitude when it came to working with Democrats, you know? And then at some point, especially as Trump came in, it explicitly became, okay, we are not going to work with you, you know? Like, getting something to be bipartisan, it feels like it's just become harder and harder, and Democrats continue to, like, act as if it is a thing, that bipartisanship is a thing, you know? I'm also not talking about, like, bipartisanship on, like, easy shit. Like, I'm not talking about, like, I'm specifically talking about things that are harder, that have to be negotiated.
I'm watching from the fucking beach, yeah.
Hey, Mad Lad, I'm watching from the fucking beach, yo! They used to play the Corpo or Uniparty game, the Shuffle, but not anymore. I think that's what I mean, right? Hey, Hybrid Heathen, welcome in. time for Jazzy via Lindsey Graham? No. The only reason you get, like, the only reason you get, like, what's the word? The only reason you get, like, anthems is because he went out, like, fucking tragically and, like, young, right? When it's, like, a 71-year-old man having a heart attack, you don't get any of that shit. You get memes, okay? That's what you get. I mean, with Charlie Kirk, you still do get memes, but you also get the people who are like... like, that shit. I mean, the recent housing bill was bipartisan. I think I like, again, I'm kind of speaking more of a vibes, right? So I could actually be, like, factually wrong. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm thinking about things like the fact that we've had all these fucking shutdowns, for just as an example, right? Like, the reason we have had the shutdowns is that it's not because they weren't working together. It's because they were working together, and then Trump comes in and says, no, you shouldn't be working together. I want this to happen. And then the Republicans bend over backwards to try to get that to happen. And then you have a shutdown because they can't agree. Does that make sense? Like, it's just... Trump has made it very hard to get that bipartisan, like, the working with each other type. I do know that the housing bill, I do know that housing bill, was like a bipartisan effort.
Well, honk honk, motherfucker! Honk honk!
Also, Mad Lad, thank you for the 100.
I DM'd you a picture of beach. Look at the beach.
Okay, alright, here, I will look. That is actually nice as fuck. Here, since we're just a little derailed. Good riddance to a foul creature? I agree. This looks so relaxing. I hope you're enjoying your time. There's a clip of Graham comparing Trump and Cruz to getting poisoned or shot. I read Real Theories. It was Iran, the Vax, and now Russia. He was 71. Deadly heart attacks aren't uncommon at all at that age. Yeah, I'm not, like, I'm not really sold, you know? I'm only, like... The only reason I'm, like, is, like... That this is all, like, this timing is all crazy, but, you know... Like, especially if the, you know, I think they did mention something about his, doctor saying something like that, right? Oh, here we go. From the medical examiner, showed the cause of death as aortic dissection. Like, this is enough for me to be like, yeah, you know. And it's also like, why would you know, like, why would, I guess, like, why would Russia...
Well, honk honk, motherfucker! Honk honk!
Uh-oh. What's that gonna sound like?
And I'm getting pizza on the beach. Yay! Cheer 100.
I thought she'd read the emotes. Okay, alright. Also, I don't have the brain to do politics right now, so I'm just gonna say happy Sunday, folks. Nice. Thank you, Hybrid Heathen. That's totally fine. I mean, I don't know what I was planning on doing today. I think we had, like, we were gonna do, like, another Fuck Farmer segment, I think. But, instead I'm gonna do this. Oop, gotta run. Fuck Farmer. Okay. Anyway. So, where was the... Oh, right, here. Let's finish up the... Oh, actually, no, hold on. We did this. We did this. All right. All right, so let's get back to this, okay? So basically, he voted for ACB to come in, okay? Previously, he had supported the Republicans' decision not to vote on Obama's Supreme Court pick in 2016, citing the fact that there was an election that year. Like, this, I'm gonna be real with you, like, I am still kind of undecided on this whole court packing thing. I've heard good arguments for both sides of why we might want the court packing versus not want the court packing. But like the fact that they did this shit in 2016 and like cocked Obama out of a Supreme Court pick, like the more I think about it, the more I think I do agree that this is like a not a preemptive strike, but this is like a strike. This is considered a strike, right? Because one of the reasons that people will say that they don't support court packing, right, is that they're worried that it will initiate this like tit for tat, like, you know, when Republicans get into power, then they add more court justices. And then when Democrats come into power, then they're going to add more court justices. And it's going to be this like back and forth, right? And so the idea is that you don't want to start it. You don't want to be the person who pulls the trigger, basically, right? And one of the counterpoints to this is that, like, technically, this is not something that was unprecedented, right? Like, it kind of depends on how you see, like, it kind of, in my view, it kind of depends on if you see the blocking of Obama's pick to be like separate from deciding to add more Supreme Court justices when it's your turn. You know what I mean? Trump should do what the Dems want and add 4 more justices. I don't think Trump should do anything. I think Trump should. I think Trump. I don't want Trump to add any justices. Which is why it's really important. And also welcome in Narsox. And it's why it's important that, like, as much as possible, we try to get the Senate as well, right? Starting the democracy nuclear arms race, essentially. ACB has been great. She's been adequate. I would not say that she's been great. She has surprised me with her decisions, but she was put there to get rid of Roe versus Wade, and that's what she did. So for that reason alone, I don't think that she's never gonna be great in my book. She's not as terrible as Alito and the other one. Can we get some crab dances in chat for Lindsey Graham? Hey. Leonard, welcome in. Roe was always going away? No, it wasn't. Roe... The thing is that Roe... I'll agree that Roe could be based on, like, stronger foundations, you know? Like, I like, the way I kind of understand Roe is that it failed because of that specific point, right? They decided to hear that case. They decided to hear that case. That is specifically a thing, just like with the birthright citizenship thing. They decided to take down that case. It wasn't like no, we're not going to rule on this because this is enshrined in the 14th Amendment, right? So the plan was for Roe to go away. So in a way, you're right. Roe was always going to go away. But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that I'm gonna give ACB a pass for it, right? Like, just because she's ruled middle of the way on some other things doesn't mean that she was a tool to get rid of a pretty important right for American women. So I'm not giving her that one. Also Cho, good Morbin. Maybe she just... Jesus Christ. I'm super back and forth on super aggressive democracy measures. I'm not even still sure about removing the filibuster. To me, the filibuster is like, I'll let the Republicans remove it. I don't know if they will for the SAVE Act. I feel like they've been really hesitant to do that, but Trump has been trying to put as much pressure as possible, and they have been digging their feet in, kind of, as far as that goes. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe at some point they'll crack and get rid of it. Like, I know what you mean, Hybrid Heathen. I'm just, I'm fine with them pulling that trigger if they want to, you know? And then we'll all find out. Then, like, I mean, then after that it'll be like, okay, we'll all find out what that means, you know? Okay. Graham also made headlines in 2019 with his vocal defense of Trump during the latter's impeachment by the House. In the subsequent Senate trial, Graham voted not to convict the president, who was acquitted in a nearly party-line vote in 2020. Another big fat fucking L. Another big L. I mean, by this point, he was like down the fucking drain, right? Like, he was a Trump glucker through and through. Graham's close ties to Trump fueled Democratic efforts to unseat him in 2020. However, although his opponent received record-setting donations, Graham ultimately prevailed in November. In the presidential election, Trump was defeated. I don't remember who. 2020 Lindsey Graham race. Who was against him? Oh, sorry, this is a funeral? Oh, Jamie Harrison, that's right. 54.44 versus 44.17. I mean, the thing is like, again, like, South Carolina is allergic to voting anyone but R. Like, you know, like, they have consistently voted, Graham in, even as he's done, like, absolutely nothing for South Carolina. Like, South Carolina has not done well under Lindsey Graham. But it doesn't matter, right? Because it's all about, like, the fact that he has a fucking R next to his name. Hold on. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Okay, presidential election. Graham and other members of Congress met to certify Biden's victory. Then the Trump supporters stormed the Capitol, blah, 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 blah. Oh, it took several hours to end the violent assault, and when Congress reconvened, Graham was among those who accused the president of inciting the attack. The following week, the House of Representatives impeached Trump, charging him with incitement of insurrection. The Senate trial was held after Trump left office, and Graham voted to acquit the former president. Like, this is it's so funny. Once again, maybe I just need to keep that, hold on, how do I, is there a shortcut for, like, oh, here we go. Yeah, spineless. You know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic religious bigot. If we do not reject this way of thinking clearly without any ambiguity, we will have lost our way. If we don't reject it, we've lost the moral authority, in my view, to govern this country. Actual real quote from Lindsey Graham prior to selling his entire soul and his butthole to Donald Trump. That's crazy coming from Graham. Oh, yeah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, here we go. Later in 2022, Graham made news when he introduced a bill that would place a federal ban on abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. The legislation came months after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, which held that women had a constitutional right to abortions. Graham's bill proved controversial and it divided Republicans, some of who thought the issue should be decided at the state level. Like, this guy is, like, right now, I'm pretty sure, like, like, right now, it's like a 6 weeks. It's a 6-week ban, okay? And just so y'all know, if you don't have a uterus, okay? 6 weeks is nothing. 6 weeks is barely, like, it's just like over a month. You might not even know that you're pregnant by 6 weeks, and then it would have been too late for you to get an abortion. Like, I don't think people understand whenever, like, and you know, I live in South Carolina. I drive by these fucking billboards all the time that talk about how, like, oh, you have a heartbeat after 6 weeks. Like, oh yeah, I had a heartbeat when I was 6 weeks old, like a little fucking baby on the billboard. Not having a uterus couldn't be me. I wonder how many of these old white men are Machiavellians simply following the power center of mass. Orange Hue, I very strongly think that, like, they, you know, like, Trump was, like, especially during Trump 1, like, my kind of, like, thoughts on it was that they didn't know what they were getting, right? Like, they didn't know what they were receiving with Trump 1. That's why you had people holding him back. That's why you had people who were more vocal about him. That's why you had people who actually stood up to him, right? Like, remember how many people got fired that first term? Like, does anybody else remember that? Like, we went through picks like crazy. It's actually surprising that, like, it's actually, like, surprising how many of his picks have lasted so far. Like, some of them have gone already, and that makes sense because it's Trump and he never picks good people. But, like, first time around, he had people to tell him no, right? And he also had actual vocal, like, opposition from his own party. Right? And that the reason I think is because they didn't know what they had. And then at some point they realized Trump is actually perfect for us. He has the pull, he knows how to speak to the people, he has this uncanny ability to keep, like, the House and Senate in fucking line. Like, this is perfect. He is our puppet. That's why, in my view, that you just don't see opposition, period, this time around. Like, the opposition you do see is, like, very strongly, there are consequences for them. I mean, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? He bulldozed the opposition in the party. What I'm saying is that it's not just like I don't think it's just a I don't think it's just a fact of like rolling over and showing your belly, right? I think that they realize like, okay, you know, we can use this guy to further our, like, we can use this guy to finally kill abortion, you know? Like the long-term game is just easier to do when you have someone like Trump in office, you know? Like, he doesn't have any thoughts of his own. I mean, he kind of does. Okay, he does have thoughts of his own. But, like, think of how, like, pliable he is, you know? He bulldozed for the opposition, the party, and brown people local and abroad. Yeah, I mean... Okay. Where's the, Where's the, fucking... Oh, here we go. Oh, this is quite lovely. In the year following the overturn of Roe vs. Wade, 210 pregnant women in a dozen states were criminally charged for conduct associated with their pregnancy loss, or birth. 6 states, Alabama, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Texas accounted for most cases. On June 2nd, 2023, 22-year-old Amari Marsh, who was attending South Carolina State University, was arrested and improperly charged with homicide after experiencing a miscarriage that March. She spent 22 days in jail and was released to house arrest before her case was cleared by a grand jury. A 31-year-old woman in 2025 was arrested in Florence County, South Carolina after experiencing a miscarriage and disposing of the fetal remains in the trash. If convicted, she faces up to 10 years in prison. Like, what the fuck? Okay, where's the, I'm just going to very quickly, let me come in down here because I want to see very specifically. Okay, so he wasn't specifically involved in the fetal heartbeat act, right? Because I think this is the 6-week one. Oh, never mind. This is it was in February 2023. That was the Fetal Heartbeat and Protection from Abortion Act, which outlaws almost all abortions in the state after embryonic cardiac cell activity is detected. South Carolina entered it into law on May 25th, 2023. Yeah, so anyway, and this is great. This is not Graham, but you know, let's just read it quickly, okay? Republican Representative Rob Harris authored the South Carolina Prenatal Equal Protection Act of 2023, which would make women who had abortions eligible for the death penalty. The bill attracted 21 Republican co-sponsors. Holy fuck, bro. Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna get back to this, okay? Hi, bud. You alright? Fergie? Hi. Why can I hear you fat breathing? Your fat days are over. We have a microchip feeder now. I have a video of him, well, actually, I don't... I started the video too late, but there's a clip, or like I'm trying to get a clip of him pawing at the pawing at the microchip feeder. Does he know how to use it? No. So the microchip feeder is for Hermes, because Hermes is the one that is like, he does the free feeding thing, and he's not easily like, we can't turn him into a meal feeder, like a mealtime eater. So the microchip feeder makes more sense for Hermes to be able to get, right? Does it regulate the food delivery based on calorie limits? No. It's just really simple. Actually, here, I'll show you. So this is the feeder. And I mean, it like, you know, you oops, sorry. And like, you know, you have the cat stick his head in, and then either a tag or a or the microchip. I need to set it up for the microchip, and basically then like it opens up like this. Where's your microchip? And then after 10 seconds of not detecting any activity, it'll close like that. There is another brand called like the Shore Feed, but it doesn't actually like it opens up more like a accordion style, and it actually has a weakness where like the back side of it is not closed off when it's open. And it's of course a problem that they sell the solution for. Like they sell an attachment that's like $30 that you can attach to the back so that it protects it. And this one kind of comes in like with it inbuilt, you know what I mean? Like look at that. So like from the back, it's pretty protected. I guess you could have like a really enterprising cat come in from the top, but anyways, soon you'll be able to get one for human. Look at him, like not allowed. I know. Alice, what do you want? Does the mic pick up when he meows? No, I could just read lips. Alright, anyways. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, so Graham continued to be a fierce advocate for Trump during his second term. He was also a key partner for Trump in passing the One Big Beautiful Bill. God, the fucking name. A package of tax and spending cuts in 2025. He also used his foreign affairs experience to help shape administration officials. In particular, he was a continuous advocate for continued U.S. foreign aid to Ukraine and remained a stalwart hawk on U.S. relations with Iran. He was unabashed about his relationship with Trump. In a February 2026 interview, he called himself Trump's North Star. What the? What the fuck? Holy shit. Trump's North Star, bro. He died suddenly in July 2026, just after returning from a meeting with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Oh, also his name was Olin. Lindsay Olin Graham. Now, this is, okay. This is something that, is not really, like, let's see if we can get, like... Yeah, Rip Bozo. Okay. Let me see if... Wait, why can't I see this? Where's the fucking link? Removed by moderator. Please. Please. I guess North Stars deserve state funerals when they explode. Maybe he was such a big star he'll collapse into a black hole. Now okay, I need to find like I need to find the actual like an actual link, okay? But this is Lindsey Graham. Like, Lindsey Graham has had a lot of there's been a lot of speculation about Lindsey Graham and allegations, okay? He's very commonly known as Lady G or Ladybug. The Ladybug thing is let's see if this like goes over it, okay? Blah blah blah. He was a bachelor. The first thing was that he was a bachelor. Let's see. Where's the other? Wait, maybe I can just find the one thing, the one Ladybug thing. Okay. Hi. Huckabee. Hey, Nyama. Maybe I can just find the fucking Ladybug thing, because the whole Ladybug thing is that he oh, here we go. Here, this is the one, right? There's a homophobic Republican senator who is no better than Trump and who keeps passing legislation that is damaging to the LGBT and minority communities. Every sex worker I know has been hired by this man. Wondering if enough of us spoke out, if that could get him out of office. Harding claimed Graham was known amongst the group as Lady G. So allegedly, okay? Allegedly he is well known amongst the male prostitutes in South Carolina. His nickname with them, like that he has requested, is Lady G or Ladybugs. Or Ladybug. I really wish that this wasn't like removed. Let me actually try to see if I can pull it up another way. Okay, yeah, it's not coming up. The Ladybugs thing I think is a little gross. Everyone is like, everyone in these comments are like, whenever somebody in a thread refers to Lindsay's Ladybugs and people start asking why, I always tell them, you don't want to know. That's how I got there, and I'm just so very sorry that I did. Should we look up what the Ladybugs are? Okay, wait, why has this account been banned? What a horrible day to be literate. Do we want to find out what this is? Okay, hold on. I know I'm just stalling, but I need to do something. Okay. They should pass some sort of HIPAA for sex work. You mean like you can't disclose if you are you can't disclose who your clients are or something? Okay. Where's the Sorry. I'm pulling this up. Okay. How do we... How do we want... Okay, seriously, do we want to know about these ladybugs? Or no? Snitch-ass industry? Yes? Alright. Ask and you shall receive. Okay. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, continue. Okay. It's about the ladybugs? Yeah, okay. So this is from an account of somebody, by the way. This is like alleged, all alleged, okay? From an account of a sex worker, okay? When I came out of the bathroom, he was on the bed, naked on all fours. I noted that there were dark marks around his anus. I asked if he had showered. He said yes. I asked if it was okay if I wiped him down. He said sure. I wet a face towel and wiped between his buttocks, but nothing was coming off. Then I realized that his taint wasn't dirty. It was just full of moles. Dark moles and dense clusters up and down the length of his taint. Oh, he said, hope you don't mind. Those are just my little ladybugs. I ran out of there. Now you know what I see in my mind anytime he comes up in the news. Any escort he's hired should be able to verify this. Thank you for listening. You needed to know this? Oh, Nyama, I already knew this. I read this story before, okay? For a moment I thought you were still on Lindsey Graham. Oh no, Orange Hue. Orange Hue, no, we are still on Lindsey Graham. This is about Lindsey Graham. Jesus Christ. Just want to be clear, I'm not gay shaming Senator Graham, nor am I shaming for him for hiring sex workers, agree. I'm shaming Senator Graham for spending years in the Senate pushing legislation that actively harmed LGBTQ people and sex workers, while personally enjoying the labor of gay sex workers. Also, his integrity as a senator has clearly been compromised by this, as someone pretty obviously used the secret as compromise to secure his support of Trump. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know about that, but, you know, I guess it's plausible. He was fervently, vehemently against candidate Trump till he switched literally overnight to being Trump's most blind and fervent supporter. It is not safe for our country to have a senator so clearly compromised in such a powerful position. Let's see if this is a YouTube video. Okay.
We have a man who has become a friend of mine. It's shocking, isn't it? He's a good man. Lindsey Graham, Lindsey.
My party is going bat crazy. And I don't think he has the temperament or judgment to be commander-in-chief. You know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell. Donald Trump is the most unelectable Republican I've seen in my lifetime.
By the way, we read most of these comments, so it's good to have like an actual video. I'll put this in the fucking Discord or something.
He's not fit to be president of the United States. The Republican Party has been conned here, bringing out the worst in us. Disparaged women, opportunistic religious bigotry, race baiting, xenophobia. He's a jackass. No, I don't think he's a xenophobic, race baiting, religious bigot as president. You don't have to run for president and be the world's biggest jackass. I think he's a kook. I think
he's a kook, guys. He's just a silly little guy. He's just a silly little birthday boy.
He's crazy. You know what concerns me about the American press is this endless attempt to label the guy as some kind of kook, not fit to be president. I don't believe he's a Republican. His policies are really bad for the country. I'm going to try to help our president, Donald Trump, be as successful as possible because, number one, I agree with him mostly. I like the president.
Holy shit.
I want to help him. I hope he's successful. Trump's foreign policy is a complete disaster. I think this strike was a game changer. There's a new sheriff in town.
He got blackmailed?
What President Trump has done is historic, deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, and then some.
He got blackmailed at Brown Mold even.
If Jeff Sessions is fired, there will be holy hell to pay. The president's entitled to attorney general he has faith in. I trust Deputy Attorney
Bro.
General Rothenstein. Here's what I say to Mr. Rosenstein. If you don't believe that the Department of Justice was off the rails, you're clearly not looking at the same Department of Justice I'm looking at. I've just about had it with the Rosenstein approach here.
Can you tell me what happened in that meeting, in your own words?
No, I want to make sure that I can keep talking to the president. And somebody's got to explain this to Trump, so I guess that'll be my job. If you don't
Is his North Star, guys. His little North Star.
like me working with President Trump to make the world a better place, I don't give a
Well, rip Bozo, okay? I'm not sorry. You shouldn't be sorry either. He was an old man. Probably went out with no foul play. And the world is better off without him. That's really all that I have to say about it. I'm sorry I had to learn that ladybug thing. Don't worry, he's not traumatizing any— well, actually no, I guess he's still traumatizing people beyond the grave. Yeah, that's been a thing. Like South Carolina knows, and again, it's like one of those things. It's like if he weren't such a shit person, then it'd be like, okay, you know, like, okay, we should really like not be like attacking you on this vector. Like, if you want to be a bachelor, that's fine. If you want, like, I know like the culture of South Carolina, particularly in some like older families, it's still not like, it's still not okay to be gay in certain places. I understand that, you know? And like someone of his age could never really come out and just like be gay, right? And that can be like, you know, that can be something that's like examinable on its own, you know what I mean? But when you utilize your like privilege and specifically like your position to like get things for you and then like deny those same people like rights and like healthcare, like when like Mitch, like we saw earlier when Mitch McConnell, like he's like, oh yeah, I've been enjoying like the best healthcare. Yeah, the best healthcare that you consistently deny for the remainder of Americans, you know? I stopped being like, okay, yeah, let's stand by this idea that we can attack you on this vector. I absolutely will attack you on this vector. Especially since these stories have been like are broken or like reported on by male sex workers like themselves, like the people who have interacted with them, who are like tired of seeing this shit happen, you know? Now I want a Fantasia. Is that the one? Is it Fantasia the face blindness one? A Fantasia? Are those shirt bird heads all the same species? I'm pretty sure they are. I think they are all ravens. Actually, no, hold on. They might be different species. Let's see if the I mean, I'm more or less done. So but yeah, like and subscribe. I'm putting this up on YouTube. Notice what Jordy, where he can't see pictures in his mind. Oh, gotcha. No, I would still want that. Okay, I think some of the bad things that you've seen in your mind don't make like the good things go away, you know what I mean? Let's see. Bird skull. Where's the pattern? Oh, here we go. Beans allergic to good outros? Well, what do you want me to say? Okay, alright, like and subscribe if you like that segment so that I can keep putting out more segments just like this one. Is that better? Thanks for interesting stream. Lots of variety on a central theme. Hey, I need to do more segments like this anyway, you know? I just want you to get stunlocked at the end. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, hold on. Where is the actual, like, Sorry, I'm just looking for, like, the, I'm looking for the, actual... Oh, here we go. Corvids. Well, it says Corvid. So they're probably all different Corvids. But yeah, this is the shirt. I like this. I like this company. They're called Morning Witch. I keep actually, hold on. I keep waiting. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. I keep waiting for this one to come back in stock in my size. They've been out of stock for a while. Are we done with politics? Yeah, we are. I will say that today is gonna be a kind of shorter stream just because I didn't really have that much planned, but also I haven't eaten anything all day. I googled bird head X-ray print clothing. This company also has, like, the quality of this stuff is good. I've started being way more picky about, like, what I buy because I hate shopping for clothes. Like, it's not like I hate it, it's just that I hate having to shop for clothes, you know? I'm the kind of person who, if I see something and it's like, it's good, it has to be good quality and a good price or whatever, and then I'll buy it, and then I'll have it for, like, years and years and years. And, like, lately it's like, I just, you know, I don't buy t-shirts that are that, like, really flimsy, that, you know, that really, like, thin. I hate those fucking shirts, bro. Those are the worst. I don't buy shirts like that anymore. Can't work out the microchip feeder. SMH. So, like, whenever I find a brand that's kind of like Morning Witch, you know, I think I don't think they sell this anymore, but the other shirt that I have that's like that has like green leaves and stuff on it, that's from them as well. There's this company that's called Black Milk Clothing that is like an Australian company. And they used to have really good shit too, until they moved, like, most of their production to fucking China. And then their quality went down, and and I'm so mad. I hate those flimsy fake fabric t-shirts. I wish they'd stop making it. Disposable clothes was a mistake. Yeah, fast fashion is just a fucking mistake, bro. Like, fast fashion is honestly, like, the worst shit. Can blame women for that one. It's so annoying too, because it's not even like, you know, I'm not even opposed to, like, you know, I'm not even opposed to, like, polyester clothes and stuff like that. I'm not even opposed to that. It's that I want it to last more than a few washes. You know what I mean? So one thing I've started doing is being really careful about, because, okay, it's not the wash that, okay, wait. There are a couple of factors as to why your clothes might wear out or, like, start pilling and stuff. One is, the first, obviously, is, like, its construction and it's the fabric, right? Like, if you start out with a flimsy shirt, that's just not gonna last very long. It's just not. The second thing is, your washer is a factor. If you have a front-loading washer, those tend to be more gentler on clothes. If you have a top-loading washer, those are more aggressive. Like, your clothes will wear out a little faster. The biggest one, though, apparently, is heat. Like, apparently, you're not supposed to dry your clothes so that they come out of the dryer, like, steaming, because that's what breaks those fibers down. Like, when the clothes actually get hot. Yeah, don't set your dryer to kill, exactly. Like what you're supposed to do is dry them until they are almost dry. And then take them out. Now, of course, I don't do that. Like, I do dry it, like, you know, so that it is dry but not hot. And I've stopped putting in, like, I got a cheap clothes rack from IKEA. And I've started, like, if it's shirts like this, anything that has like a print on it, or if it's like stuff that I care about that I wear out or whatever, I won't put it in the dryer. I air dry it, and it's been doing good so far. Like I'll show you at some point, but like my the other shirt that I got from like that shirt has been dried more than a couple times actually, and you can see that it's starting to degrade a little bit, and that's when I stopped drying it in the dryer. And this shirt has I mean, I think I've had this shirt maybe about a year. It's still pretty, like, it's not turning gray or anything, you know what I mean? Okay, kitty time. I will get you the good kitty. Even though the shitty kitty is right here. But yeah, I've just like anything that's so underwear, like I'll dry socks in the dryer. Because it's like whatever. But t-shirts, dresses, like actually a lot of my clothes don't end up in the dryer these days. Just because I just don't want to buy more clothes, bro. Like, what the fuck? I just don't want to buy more clothes. Hey, Rakasan. Lindsey Graham's arteries apparently ruptured. Look at my handsome boy. Stinky boy? He's not that stinky. Look at him in his little like collar. With the little RFID tag. I need to fix the microchip thingy so that it like detects his microchip instead of the collar, because I do not think he does not like the collar. Like, I'm kind of worried that like, I think, I don't know who does it, but one of them takes off the collar. Hold on, I'm just checking to make sure that he's figured it out. Hell yeah. He's figured it out, bro. Like, he's so smart. It did not take him more than, like, 2 minutes to realize that, like, oh, hey, this is a cheap feeder that opens, you know? Like, I was a little worried that it might take him a few days to train him to use the feeder. Okay, let's take a look. Graham likely died after aorta rupture. Medical examiner says, yeah, we did see that. We did see the the medical examiner reported aorta rupture. How do you deal with pet hair on your clothes without a dryer? Ergi, okay, so you can put the, okay, so what I'll do with this, I'll say that, like, when I wash this shirt, like, I don't feel like I don't see cat hair on it when I take it out, you know? Now, okay, so for example, like, I have some towels that are drying outside because, you know, I wanted to dry, like, the bed sheets kind of quicker without having the towels. And I was like, it's so hot outside, I might as well dry them outside. But you know how like when you air dry towels, they'll get stiff, right? You can just put them in the dryer with no heat on tumble dry, and you can get like cat hair out that way as well. You know, like you can just tumble dry it without any heat. Aorta rupture, what a shit way to die. I don't really know if that's a shit way to die. I'm being, I don't know. Like, do you just, like, you just have a heart attack, right? Also, Beans, I realized Graham's opponent didn't know he died that night because she was probably sleeping. Imagine that being your morning news. Oh, yeah. I don't think it really sticks to that material. You bleed out? Wait, what do you mean you bleed out? Like internal bleeding? No, I will get hair on this. Maybe not as much as, like, some of my other shirts. But, like, there is cat hair on this, you know? Bleed in. Yeah, Annie Andrews. So Annie Andrews is Lindsey Graham's opponent. What? Oh my, okay. Bro, okay. So I just searched for Annie Andrews for Senate, okay? And the first thing I saw was, and this is how I read this, okay? Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate Annie Andrews responsible for death of Senator Lindsey Graham. This is how I read this. It's not responsible for, it's response to. Let's actually see what she says. But Beans, if I get rid of my gay sex hair in my clothes, I won't make people around me sneeze and some are allergic. So how about no? Let's see. What has she said? I don't know why we have that. Like, do we need that? Man, I need to go through and clean out my fucking emotes. Okay, let me just see what she says. My deepest condolences are with the family of Senator Lindsey Graham, his friends, his devoted staff, and all who are grieving this sudden and tremendous loss. Blah blah blah. I mean, I get, like, it's the normal shit, you know. She's too nice to be mean at this point, you know. Whoa, I did not type that. No, it's just the fucking emote that we have for cats. I don't know why. Okay, actually, this is interesting. In June, Graham defeated multiple primary challengers to secure his party's nomination as he vied for potential fifth term. Now, a special primary seat must be held by August 11th to find a replacement nominee. Okay, there we go. Both parties were rushing to replace a Graham this week. Yep. You know, like, do we have another Graham? Because if there's anyone who has like a third, you know, like we would probably see another Graham, right? Remember when we were like, why do we have real words as emotes as somebody else's chat? Did I say? I know somebody said I hate it when there's real words as emotes. I think that might have been Cheeto. Always comes in threes. Graham Cracker or the metric system? The metric system. The metric system. What? Grams? Oh. No. Okay. Alright. You can't kill the metric system. It's not like it's a real object. There's no way they're getting rid of the metric system. You know what I mean? But I'm actually curious. Do we have anybody else in politics that's like notable and old and or not notable and old? They could be old, but they're notable and their name is Graham. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I have... I wanted to do, actually, the fuck farmers thing today. But... I don't think we'll have time. I'm pretty hungry. Donald Graham Trump. Mitch Graham McConnell. I don't know. I feel like McConnell's not apparently on his way out. Oh, hold on. I do have one thing. Okay. I don't know if Female Unix is still here. This has nothing to do with anything, okay? But I found this. I think he might be in a coma. Apparently not. Okay.
Come in. Come in.
Wait. The title of this is Chibi puts an autism spell on you, alright?
Come in. Come in. Come in.
The fucking crackle at the fucking like the fucking giggle at the end is crazy, bro. Hold on, I need to show this to Yoni. Chibi is so... I showed Mr. Bean's Chibi, like through the whole Moodang thing. And it's funny because I would have not thought that this was the way to get him into like explaining what VTubers are, but like I think he actually understood once I showed him like Chibi Doki. But I think he might be in a coma probably forever. I don't know. I'm gonna wait and see, man. I can't get my hopes up, unfortunately. I'm gonna put my hopes on hold. Alright. Wait, forever? Wait, hold on. But okay, here's what we'll do. I am gonna call it here. And I'm off tomorrow. I don't have any work tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll do that fuck farmers segment, the part 2 that I was gonna do today. And we'll do something else. Like either we'll do cooking because I do need to cook tomorrow, or we'll do gaming. If you do not stream tomorrow, I will fully write. I need to stream while I'm moving. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything to do tomorrow. I just have to get groceries in the morning, and then literally that's it. So I'll probably do like a cooking stream. I have not done cooking on stream for a long fucking time. Seems like Jordy's doing a makeup talk with Dylan. Really? You gonna finish Dark Souls anytime soon? Funny you should say that, Thorn. So next week, on Saturday, next Saturday, I am gonna be doing a 24-hour stream. And part of that 24-hour stream we'll have, like, I'm gonna block off, like, 6 hours for Dark Souls, specifically. Will you do the talent stream? I need to do that. I need to schedule that, don't I? That kind of got put on the back burner, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I don't think it'll be ready for, like, next stream, but Pars, can you remind me to do that at some point? Oh god, she's gonna spend 100 hours of that first one on that one boss. Yep. Yup. But I need to kill Manus, okay? I just need to do it. I can't let it be 3 years since I started Dark Souls. It's been 2 years. So I figure like we'll get like we'll get this. I'm even taking suggestions. We'll get a nice brain rot panel or something like that. We'll get some nice brain rot, and I just need to go lock in, you know. She's been on this one boss for a year. No, it's not been a year. It's been a few months of me not playing it, you know. But I beat Calamite in 10 hours. The last time I did that, I beat Calamite like start to finish 10 hours. So I guarantee if I lock in, and I can get him to half health, I can get Manus to half health. I just need to like apparently find the item that'll let me kind of tank that one boss. You know what I mean? Tuna 1. You know what's funny is that there was a point in which in that 10 hours where like Tuna came in, he came onto the call and he like completely made me revamp all of my shit, like everything that I was wearing and everything, and that actually helped a lot, you know. So maybe I need like Tuna to come in. Maybe I'll arrange for Tuna to call in. It's been a long time since I've talked to Tuna on stream. I miss Tuna. Angel of Death status. Wait, what is this? No, no. No! Lindsey Graham excitedly arriving in hell and then realizing it's not full of gays! Oh no! No! Oh my god, that's a good one. That is a great one. That's a great one. Where is it? Alright. Got the video intro, baby. Let's go. Alright. Who are we rating out to? My cats are meowing. I'm very hungry. I've not eaten anything all day. Oh! Jordy's live. Alright. Sweet. Let's go torture Botkin. Apparently, I guess he's gonna have a... okay, so last night, there was supposed to be a panel... with Dylan Burns, Jordy, Soypill, and that one other guy, I don't remember his name, on the DSA, and Jordy like didn't show up for some reason, so he's having a makeup talk, I guess, with Dylan today. Now, apology tour, yeah. So we'll that's perfect. We'll go ahead and raid him. All right. All right, I'm very quickly copying and pasting a message. You can go ahead and do that. I will see y'all tomorrow. Be good. Like the stream on YouTube. And subscribe. And yeah, go say hi to Jordy. Bye. Be good.